Hello family, welcome back to my channel. I'm back and I have another word. So this word actually came to me last night, and so I know I'm not the only one that deals with this. This is the reason why I can be so open and vulnerable about this, but I am going to tell you right now that this is not a pretty thing about me. This is probably the ugliest thing about me, to keep it a stack. Like, truthfully, I really think this is probably the ugliest thing about me, for real. So I'm gonna talk about this because I know I'm not the only one that deals with this, or one day you will deal with this. And also too, God told me to kind of direct this towards, like, as if I'm telling this to my children as well. So how I would teach this to my own child, basically. So basically, God likes to do this thing where he tests my faith. He does. He likes to test my faith. I'm one of those. God picked me for that. So he likes to test my faith a lot. And I'm telling you, like, the first moment something is going wrong, I'm cool. I'm straight. We're good. My levels are calm. I don't make any rash movements. I don't, like, lose my mind or anything. I'm like, God, we got this. I trust you. Boop, boop, boop. Like, listing off my stuff, like the first maybe second, the first day, the first 2 days even sometimes. Then when it gets to be like 3 or 4 days, I'm like starting to like, okay, Jesus, where you at now? Where you at? Where you at now? Okay, we're getting to be 3-4 days. You've been seeing my faith the past 2 days. So where you at, Don't let it hit 5 days, though. Mind you, I'm telling you, this is not cute about me. So this might actually just knock you off right of me if you already are like, I don't know if I like this girl. Because I'm going to tell you, it's probably the worst thing about me. I can't see any other thing worse than this about me. So about 4, 5, 6 maybe days of like trying to keep my faith very strong. I can honestly say that it is out of fear that I kind of lose it with God. I don't lose it anywhere else. I kind of keep very composed to other people. People wouldn't even know I'm going through something so testing, so trying, so challenging, right? But God, oh baby, God gets the worst of it. God gets the worst of it. I'm just going to tell you the truth. God gets the worst of me. Truth be told. And so, then let it hit like 6 or 7 days. Then I start to really cool down and I'm like, look, none of this stuff even really matters anyway. I'm not going to have to worry about this in heaven. Like, this stuff doesn't mean nothing out here, and it really doesn't. Nothing out here really matters. God matters. Heaven matters. Your angels matter. Love matters. Okay? So all this little, like, earthly, fleshly stuff really don't matter. So all the fear, really, I've noticed, is out of, like, the flesh, not the spirit. And so, I start going to war with God, right? I start going to war with God, and I mean warring. Like, I say some terrible things. I really do. I don't like that. It's not cute. I don't think people, you know what I mean? Like, I know it's not cute, but it happens. And this is when God tests my faith. And even when I'm thinking, oh, my faith is strong right now, boo, 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 God will test it in a new way that shows me just how not strong it is in that area, right? So God will literally get the worst of it. And the next few days after I really go in on God, I start to, all right, everything's okay. I'm sorry. I always make sure I let him know I'm sorry. Anything, if I wrote down anything mean in my journal, because I write letters to God. So if I wrote down anything in my journal that was just mean or just out of fear or anger or anything like that, I make sure I rip it off and I rip it up and let it go completely, and just write a new letter like, God, I'm sorry. I don't even mean to do that. I know you've always had my back. There's never been a time you haven't come through. I don't know why I was so worried. And a lot of times it happens right before the blessing happens. But he just wants me to get through that mental process, right? Praise Jesus, because I was not going to say that. But as I'm like apologizing and kind of like repenting for it, because look, like it got to a point off stuff that I say, just like I was thinking, how could God ever forgive me for what I said? How could he ever forgive me for what I said? And God was like, you don't have to worry about how. You just need to know that you are. The how is not your job, is it? The how is my job. But you just need to know that you are. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So you forgive me, but like, didn't we just make the devil just so happy that I'm over here going in on you hard? And he's like, rethink that. And he does that to me often. When I'm thinking about something completely wrong, God is like, rethink that, rethink that, rethink that, rethink that. And he'll do it over and over and over again until I get to the conclusion that he wants me at in my head about it, right? So I'm like over here like, God, didn't I just make the devil so happy that I like really went in on you and I was saying such awful things to you out of my own fear? And God was like, rethink that. And this is what he told me. Well, this is what the conclusion I got to with God, basically. That's what happens. Like, he won't always give me the answers, but he'll tell me, rethink until I get to the answer. So I know it's like mine and his minds together, right? But this is what he told me, and I wrote it down. So he said, how do I say this, God? Because I'm gonna have to tell you guys, this is not cute about me. Just know this is taking a lot of like vulnerability, and I'm telling you, literally the worst parts I ever thought was about me. So really, like, just listen with the open heart. That's all I want to ask. Just listen with the open heart, I guess. So basically, God, should I say the message first or should I say the other thing first? Okay, I'm going to say the other thing first. So, I've never really had a problem getting whatever man I've ever wanted in my life, okay? If I've ever wanted somebody, I've never had that issue. I've gotten anyone I've ever wanted and then some, okay? So it's not that cute about me. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just very not that cute about me. And earlier in my life, they would say I was a little bit boy crazy, I guess. And it's been a lot of men that I've dealt with. Let's just put it that way, right? It's just been a lot of men that I dealt with in my life. Some people would say that was a bad thing. Some would say that was a good thing. Who knows? But I will say, the ones that still have kind of a hold on me in my spirit, which me and God are working on together to get that out of me, those ones are the ones who hurt me the most. The things that they did and the style in which they did them is what connected my soul to them. You see what I'm saying? You know, when people say soul tie, that's a very real thing. So this is what I'm saying. This is, just listen, like, so the ones who did the dirtiest attacked my heart in the ways that only they knew they could do. Because I even gave them the information out of trust and love that they would know how to hurt me in those ways. Okay? Those are the ones that still have a little bit of a hold on my heart. Okay? That's just a fact. Like, and it's something, why can I let go of the ones that barely did nothing to me very easy, but the ones that hurt me the worst are the ones that still, and I haven't dealt with anyone in 2 years. It's literally been 2 years this month. I have not dealt with one person in 2 years. Now, why are the ones that have hurt me the deepest still holding on to me, right? God exposed to me that He tests your faith in the scariest, the most hurtful, the most deepest ways, because you and Him need to be tied together that deeply. Do you understand? So, sweetheart, if you really doing this walk with God, none of it is easy. Barely is it going to be easy. Okay? It's not easy. And the Bible didn't ever even say it was going to be easy. This real walk with God, it's not easy. So, He did expose to me, like, okay, there was, I can't even give you guys examples. I'm sorry. I can't even give you examples, but, yeah, just, I'm like, God, in all ways you could be testing my faith. In what you could test my faith in other ways. Like, I'm like, why do you have to do it this way? And He's like, because this is what's going to be the deepest to you. I need that soul tie to you. Me and you need to be like this forever. Not just for now, not just a small time in your life, not just these 3 years. No, it's going to be like this with me and Him forever. He's like, we can't do it not no other way. It's the only way that's going to get deep to you, to where you know your faith is strong forever, and that I'm always going to be there for you forever. And so back to the question, I said, God, did I not just make the devil so happy that I'm over here cussing at you and carrying on like an idiot to you? Did I not just make that devil dance down there? Like, what? He's like, no, rethink that. He's like, do you understand how much you just intimidated that devil? The devil gets intimidated when you and God are growing stronger together. Now, have you ever been in a fight? Like, that's what I mean. Like, people who hurt you, people who you fight with or argue with or bicker or even like fist fighting, I'm sure, like arguing or like strong disagreements and things like that, right? Do you understand how much respect they have for each other after? Do you get how much respect? What is respect? Respect is love. You and God are growing stronger in love together when you go to war with God. Because look, your little cuss words don't scare God. Your little cuss words don't scare God, okay? And it's definitely you getting mad at God and going to God over anything else. God is like, I'm just happy you came to me. God is like, I'm just glad you thought I'm angry, so let me go to God, even if you were mad. Like, that makes God happy, so you don't have to worry about if that's making God happy or not. But you also don't need to worry about, is it making the devil happy either, because it's not. He's getting more he's getting more scared of you the more you go to God and war with God. Because God wants you to have them good times with him too, but even the bad times, take it to God. That shows relationship right there. And here, let me read the rest of what I said. Yeah, that makes the devil more scared of you. He's like, okay, like they're growing stronger together. So yeah, when y'all two fight and when y'all two get into it, not only are you learning the extent of God, but God is learning the extent of you, which he already knew, but you're learning the extent of you. Like, you're learning the lowest you'll go. Because God already knew. He knows how low you would ever go. But you need to know how low you'll go. All of this is exposing more of you to you and God to you, because you don't fully understand God yet either. That devil don't want you knowing God like that. So he's scared of you when you go to war. Okay, so let me finish this before my phone cuts out. Don't be mad at yourself when you go to war with God. That's what the devil wants. He wants you to feel bad about it. He wants it to kind of tear you down a little bit. But the fact of the matter is that God forgives you. He knows what's up. God knows what's up about everything. So he knows what's up. God forgives you for everything you say to him. And God's not scared. That's another thing. God is not scared of no little words. It's like when you start to inflict those words onto other people and start to change people's minds about God when you're upset and things like that, that's when you need to be careful. So don't go that far in your anger. But if you can internalize it and just take it straight to God alone, don't get on the phone. Like, that's what you guys need to realize. When things go wrong with God, don't get on the phone trying to call other people and get other people's input. That's not your spirit. You need to understand that. That's not your spirit. Don't go run to Twitter. Don't go run to TikTok. Don't run anywhere else. Run to God. Even if you're mad, bro. He's not mad at you. And the devil would be more happy if you let it just like eat at you when you feel bad about it, instead of saying, you know what? God forgives me. I know he loves me. We can move on from this. Tomorrow's a new day. I'm going to wake up in a great mood. We're going to do exactly what needs to be done. And God's going to bless me the way he always has. But God is not scared of no little cuss words. He's like, that's cute. He's like, that's cute. Anyway, what you want from Starbucks? Like, God is that kind of husband, okay? He's the husband that y'all two could get so into it and you're like, oh, I want a divorce. Sign these papers. I want a divorce. And God's like, anyway, what you want from Starbucks? You want to go to Target? Like, he's one of those husbands, praise Jesus. Not one that's like, oh, I got a better lawyer than you. Like, no, God is the one that's going to stick it out with you. Ain't no divorce in God's vocabulary with you. Okay? He's the one that's going to stick it out. It ain't no divorce with God. It don't matter what you say to him. It barely matters what you do with him. But he just wants you to know that he's still there every second, every time. Like, every time you get pissed off at him, every time you say something, even if you do something a little bit reckless out of anger, God can still, like, you're cute, but you're only hurting yourself more with that. Like, you know, truth be told, you know, even when I was mad, I was like, God, I'm about to do what I want. You don't let me do nothing. I'm about to do what I want. And I was like, thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I can't go eat that right now because I've got an injury. And this injury does not call for me to eat that because it will make it worse. And so I was like, you know what, let me just eat my normal stuff and take my normal vitamins and drink my normal water like I always do. It was like, I didn't even really want to step that far into rebellion from God when I got mad at him. And that's how you know you're getting better too, when you're not trying to rebel so hard when you do get pissed off and mad about something. And, you know, so that's all I wanted to say for this video. I may have another one coming up. All right, you guys, I love you so much. And don't forget to subscribe, comment, let me know how you like this video. And don't forget to like. Don't forget to like. And don't send me a text saying, I really like the video, and then not like the video. Okay? If I got no likes on the video, I should not be getting no text like, I really like the video. Then like the video. Don't be fake. Because that just tells me you just want attention, which is really not cute to me at all. So, yeah, if you actually like the video, then really like the video. Anyways, God bless you. God loves you. And I love you too.